Hello, welcome to Creating with Colleen. Well, I will teach you what to do. I may teach you what not to do, but I promise to teach you something. I am an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up, and I live on the east coast of Virginia, and I love sharing creativity with you. So today, this is kind of a dual event. This is a card that I'm recording the video for one of my online classes. You can take my classes online or you can come to the house if you're in the area. But I wanted to share this both ways because it was a really cute card. At least I thought so. I hope you think so too. Basically, I'm using the Penguin Place stamp set. This is on page 33 of the mini catalog. We have our July through December mini catalog, lots of great items in here. And it's also using the Sale-a-Bration paper. It is Sale-a-Bration for August through 30th, September 30th. And for every $50 you spend, you can get a free Sale-a-Bration item that's exclusive only to Sale-a-Bration. So here I am pairing this up with the Peaceful Prints 12x12 Designer Series paper that you can get for free with a minimum $50 order. Now the reason I'm showing you both cards is because this was the original prototype, and this basically is all stamped. I stamped the little penguin who is so cute. I stamped his feet and I punched it out because this is a bundle. You can purchase the Penguin Place stamp set, or you can also purchase it with the bundle and you will save 10% on both. So it really goes this way. So the stamp matches your penguin, and this little piece took me a while to figure out, but that's actually the white part of the penguin. Although I see a mermaid tail, I see a really nice cocktail dress. I'm sure there's lots of things you can do with that. And then you have the little foot. So without any further ado, we'll get started, because what I did is I showed to you this way, but I'm going to create the card this way because I wanted to show you a couple extra products that Stampin' Up has. We have a snowy white velvet paper, which is really cool. You can stamp on it. We also have, that is on page 37 of the mini catalog, and we also have black glitter paper, and that is on page 53 of the Stampin' Up catalog. So this is a card I will be creating for you. And if you're taking my class, you will be creating it with me. Your first sheet of cardstock is basic black. It's 6.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 2 1/4. So that creates your card base. Then you have a piece of designer paper that's 2 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just going to put this together as we roll. I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, and again, this is the designer paper that you can earn for free. I like to open it all the way. And this is going on the left side of your card, like such. Now inside here, I have a 4-inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock. And I'm going to take this, I'm going to tape it because I'm being very brave today. You might want to just kind of lightly tack it down because, you know, if you mess up the one side, you definitely have 2 sides of cardstock. I think that's why I love stamping so much, because you always got a second chance. And then I'm going to take my real red ink pad and the Season's Greetings, and I'm just going to stamp it in the bottom right corner, kind of in the middle there, bottom right. It's really a pretty quick card when you come down to it all. For this centerpiece right here, I'm going to take the 2.5 by 3.5 inch piece of basic black cardstock, and then I took a 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch piece of basic white cardstock, and I embossed it with these beautiful snowflakes. Now this is an embossing folder. It's called Wintry 3D, and it's really nice because you have your pine branches, and you also have these beautiful snowflakes. And this will also fit in the mini embossing machine because it's only 3 inches wide. So you're going to take these 2 pieces, tape them together. And I'm going to go ahead and attach it to my card now. And when you do, I think by creatures of habit, we always want to put like a dimensional on each corner. Don't do that. You want to put them on just the left side because it's only going to adhere to this left flap. So take yourself 2 of our larger dimensionals. They're really strong. I love stamping with them. And that will go right on the side here. Next we have, let's do our penguin next. Because of the punch, as I said, it'll punch a stamp set or it'll just punch a solid image. I have already punched a piece of the black glitter to make my penguin. And then I have a piece of the snowy white velvet paper. And as I said, you can stamp on here. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do the eyes. I'm going to take my Memento black ink pad and stamp the eyes right there. And it's not as dark if I wanted to leave the eyes like that. It's dark, but you can even touch it up with a black marker. And then let me get, it's looking a little obscene. Let me hurry up and get a beak on here. I am going to stamp this little penguin nose. Oh, praise God, it looks like a face now. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little beak on there. And one thing I wanted to show you, which is kind of cool, is in the stamp set, there are 2 beaks. You have all these teeny tiny pieces down here that are a lot of fun. If your penguin is facing you, then you're going to use the beak that looks like a downward triangle. That will go on his face. But this little guy who likes sliding down the slopes, you're going to use this one because that's a side view of the beak. So that is his, that is his. Just a little tip there, so you wouldn't have to figure that out totally on your own. Now what I'm going to do, whenever I put together porous type materials, I do like to use either a liquid glue or I like to use, again, the dimensionals. We also have mini dimensionals. So I am going to just put a couple on here. They're so tiny, but they hold really, really well. So let me pop these off. And that's just going to go in the center here for my little penguin. Now I just took, instead of stamping the feet, I just took some pumpkin pie cardstock and I'm just going to pop his feet on. I find a glue dot works great to hold these in place. And it's like anything, you'll always hear me tell you, do not push down till it's exactly where you want it. Then you can push down all you want. Because see there, his feet are kind of off to the side. So here, I'm just going to pull him over a little bit. There. So here I've got his feet. I'll pull him out a little. Here we go. And then I can take him, and again, this also being more porous, I can put it down with some dimensionals. So I have these 2 here. And I'll put him right there. He's really looking cute. Now for the hat I actually got out of the Sweet Stocking Suite. That is a really cute suite that has some dogs and cats in it and some beautiful stockings. So I've been having a great time with that suite also. Let me see if I can turn to it real quick and show y'all. And if not, you'll just have to go through all the pages of your mini catalog. But with that one there, it has a little stocking hat in there. And one of the things that I found with the stocking, here we go. That is, well, it's hard to see it in the dies, but this is on page 31, and it's a sweet little stockings, but again, it's this little hat right here. So the way I like to put the hat together is I cut it out from our Sale-a-Bration designer paper, and then I have a Whisper White piece. So I'll come in here and just kind of take the brim of the hat off down at the bottom of the designer paper, and then I take the ball off of this one here. Then I will just put a little bit of my adhesive on here, and I actually just layer this on top of this hat. So it really kind of looks like you have the brim and the ball, but Lord knows I didn't have to cut those two pieces and try to put it the other way. So I'll put his little hat on with a dimensional. Love my dimensions, my thickness on my card. So there's that. And then really last is to use my snowflake. So we have these beautiful snowflakes also in the mini catalog, and they come a sheet of 6 of them. You get 24 in a pack. As you can see, they just easily pop out, and it's a beautiful iridescent on one side and a paper on the other. So if you actually wanted this to be a different color, take the matte side and sponge it any color that you want, or spritz it. It's totally up to you, but I really like the iridescent side also. Guess what? Putting it on with the dimensional. That will go in the top. And then I like to put an opal round, which is another one of our embellishments, right in the center. I felt like that was kind of a lot of space here, that I just had an opportunity to put an embellishment. So this is my card, but as I was telling you, it's really up to you. You can leave the stamped eyes on here because they really do work pretty well. If you want them even a little bit darker, you could make them darker with a Sharpie. But if not, we also have these little matte black dots. And these work great also. So with the matte dots, you know, like most that we have, it's self-adhesive, and I'll just pop his eyes on here. They're a little bit bigger. He's a wide-eyed penguin. But quick, cute, easy card. Either way you make it. So if you're interested in any products, you can always purchase them by going to my blog at creatingwithcolleen.com. You can also request my newsletter to find out about the classes that I'm having in the future. Again, you have the option of coming to my house if you're in the area, and if not, you get the videos in the class online with all the parts. So thanks for joining me, and happy stamping.